Good afternoon. John Augustine back again. The priesthood. There's prayers and various little church leaflets wherever you happen to reside for vocations to the holy priesthood, which is a good thing. We need more priests. We need more vocations to the holy priesthood in Ireland. And that was the island of saints and scholars, and in my time, and there was more vocations. There was lots of vocations in the priesthood. There was often 2 and 3 curates and a parish priest in every parish in the country, depending on the size of the parish. And missioners went abroad as well, planting the seed, and often paid with their lives, especially in China. Missioners went there, and they were saints, and I'm surprised that they haven't been canonized so far, because they died for the faith. And they still died for the faith in that country, in China, under the control of the evil one. Communists deny the existence of God, think that they're in charge, they are not. They're the sowers of bad seed. They'll rue the day in due course. Do you ever see them clapping for this man that's in charge? They're all like zombies, like going like this. God help them. What a life. What a life. But the priesthood, there's not enough vocations to the priesthood or the religious life, nuns. But the funny thing is, there is vocations in the Latin rite. Priests that celebrate Mass in Latin, the universal language of the Catholic faith, Catholic Church, in my time. That's what it's called. And priests wore their clerical garb and nuns wore their clerical garb also. But once they start to dispense with that, and the changes that they wrought, the altar rails taken out, the rosary and benediction stopped, the men's and women's sedalities, the holy hour, missions in every church once a year. If you do those things, it doesn't work out, and it has been a disaster. So for vocations to occur again, and I think priests now that are being ordained are have they see the harm that has been done, so they're more traditional, thank God. And one great hope that I have and pray for is that the Latin rite will be celebrated even in during the week in one mass, to give those Catholics that yearn for it to be able to at least receive it in their parish once a week. It doesn't have to be on a Sunday, some other day. I think that would be a great thing. And I think churches would begin to have vocations. And one other very important thing is for the altar rails to be in every church. They're in, thank God, in our local church. And we received Holy Communion on the first Friday there, kneeling at the altar rails, which I thought was great. Confessions after Holy Mass was another great thing. And another thing that's very important, I think, is for priests, no matter what language they say, to face the tabernacle more than facing the congregation, but they're back to the tabernacle. I think that's another important thing, and I think maybe that's responsible for the lack of vocations. And if it wasn't for the ones from Africa and India and other countries, we would have no masses. So it's a very serious affair. So one hopes that this will occur, and that some of the marvelous prayers that was in my young days and in down to my late 20s, churches packed and confessions packed. So I think the Latin rite for one in churches for one mass would be very important, once a week, and the sacrament of confession available after every Holy Mass for those that require it, and then and then confessions to be heard for at least an hour. Well, for an hour every Saturday in every Catholic church, say from 12 to 1 or something like that. Whatever sort of time is convenient, where you might have to visit if there was a funeral or something. So 12 to 1 sounds like not a bad time. And to stick to it, stick to that time, not to be changing it because it is. There were some confessions available in churches that I used to go to, and they changed it from other times, so you don't know where you are. And confessions, I think, is the best place is the confession box. I think that is the best way. That's the way it always was, and that's the way I personally I like. And I think a lot of other people would like it as well. But if the sacrament of confession is preached and practiced, I think it will lead to vocations and the reverence brought back. And above all, that Holy Communion be given kneeling at the altar rails. And that where Eucharist ministers are used, they should be few in number, but all should be in a state of grace by the reception of confession once a week. And men should wear soutana, surplice, and women cloaks to show respect. And it should always be done at the altar, not anywhere else. And if there's somebody that's not too well, the priest with an altar server should go down and help and give communion to that person. I think these things that need to be done and taken seriously for vocations to the holy priesthood and the religious life. And I think nuns would be well advised to wear the clerical garb as they did wear, which shows that it improves the spirit, doesn't it? It improves everything. I mean, Jesus paid a high price for our redemption on the cross of Calvary, and no house should be without a cross in their home, and not just in one room, but in other rooms, and have holy water fonts. These are the things that might want to be preached. And for all the lapsed Catholics whose souls in grave danger of eternal damnation and they'd want to be approached at least once with two people that have some idea and just preach and just say for to save their immortal souls. Don't argue or anything like that. Just give them the word and tell them their souls in grave danger, and that's it. Don't enter too much of a discussion. That the best thing is to go to Holy Mass and go to confession and make a general confession. Make a list of all your sins, something like that, and go to a retreat, silent retreat. There are retreats available for people. So these are the things about vocations that I've just mentioned, and I've probably mentioned before, but it's a thing that you have to mention every so often, don't you? So have a good day now. I'll be doing another one for 2004 after this, and then that's it. Thank you very much. Bye now.